Hello, and welcome to Girl Scouts of the Commonwealth of Virginia's Cadet, Senior, and Ambassador Program Basics Training. Before we begin, we want to say thank you, not only for participating in training today, but for saying yes to the opportunity to become a troop leader, and for everything you have done and will do for the girls in your community. In this training, we will cover the basics of our program, which we call the Girl Scout Leadership Experience, the National Program Portfolio, including badges, journeys, and awards, information and tips for working with older girls, advice for structuring your troop meetings, and guidelines for field trips and travel. You won't learn every detail about the Cadet, Senior, and Ambassador programs today. There are many opportunities and choices in Girl Scouts. Today, we'll ensure you know some of the basics and have the resources you need to get started. The Cadet Senior Ambassador Program Basics Participant Guide PDF can be viewed, downloaded, or printed from the online training information page. We've included the content from each of the pages in the slides here as well. After you've finished watching this video, you'll need to submit the training completion form. The link is found on the online training information page near this video. This is an important step. Completing this training is a requirement for troop leaders, and you must submit the form in order for your training experience to be recognized. In the training completion form, we'll ask you to answer 3 questions. What's one thing you're most excited for your girls in your troop to experience in Cadets, Seniors, and Ambassadors? What's one thing that you learned in the training that you didn't know before watching the training video? And what follow-up questions do you have about your next steps or about Girl Scouts in general? We'll also ask you to think about each of the concepts we discuss and rate your understanding and confidence level in each topic. Don't worry, it's not anything like a college exam. We just want to be sure you participated meaningfully in the training and you have the resources you need to get started with your troop. A staff member will follow up to respond to any questions that you have. Now that we've covered all the logistics, let's jump into the training. Here you'll find an overview of the Girl Scout leadership experience. Let's talk briefly about each piece of the diagram, but don't worry, each of these are already infused into the tools and activity plans you'll be using, all while having fun with the girls. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. This is our mission. It's our ultimate goal over time. It's that girls will lead with courage, confidence, and character to make the world a better place. That's a big goal, so how do we get there? With our 5 outcomes. These are the benefits girls will gain from their experience. When added together, the 5 outcomes lead us to our ultimate goal of our mission. The 5 are strong sense of self, positive values, challenge seeking, healthy relationships, and community problem solving. These are still pretty lofty goals. Let's break them down even further to what we do with girls in the program. On the left side, you see our 3 keys to leadership. This is what girls do no matter what skill or topic that they're learning and practicing. Discover means that girls are trying something new or learning something about themselves or their world. Connect can mean that girls are connecting with others, connecting with resources in their community, or even connecting a concept they learned at last week's troop meeting with something they're experiencing today. Take action means that girls put together all their knowledge and resources and take action to make the world a better place. In the center, you see the 3 processes. This is how we do things in Girl Scouts and how leaders support girls' learning. They are girl-led, learning by doing, and cooperative learning. We'll discuss each of these in more detail later in this training. On the right side, you see our 4 program pillars. These are the skills girls gain. They include life skills, outdoors, entrepreneurship, and STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Take a moment to think about, if you had to pick one thing from this page that excites you most about the Girl Scout experience for the girls in your troop, what would you choose and why? As an older girl troop leader, you've got a lot of logistics to keep track of, but it's all worth it to see smiling faces and girls' growth and achievement as they take one step closer to independence and adulthood every day. You'll see their personalities soar as they develop their leadership skills with each new opportunity. So, what's different about the older girl program versus our younger girls? In cadets, seniors, and ambassadors, girls will make their own plans and choices and take on more responsibility. By the time they're ambassadors, they'll completely be running the troop. They can begin pursuing the Silver or Gold Award, the highest awards earned at their levels. And girls have numerous opportunities to lead younger girls and take on other formal leadership roles with various leadership awards. Let's spend a few minutes going over the basics for cadets, seniors, and ambassadors. First, the uniform and insignia. Cadets, seniors, and ambassadors each wear a khaki color vest or sash. The cadet uniform is visible now. Each uniform is worn with basic pins and insignia, and then add any badges or journey awards they earn to the front of the uniform. Fun patches are added to the back. Uniforms, insignia, and more can be purchased from the GSCV shop at our headquarters in Richmond or online at girlscoutshop.com. In addition to the cadet vest and sash, you can also see the senior uniform examples here and the ambassador uniform examples. Although the vest and sash are the same style, the awards you see on the uniforms differ based on the specific age level. So, what can older girls earn to display on their uniforms? First, badges. Badges focus on skill development and give girls the opportunity to learn and practice a specific skill. Each badge is earned by completing 5 steps. There are 3 choices within each step for how to complete that particular badge requirement. Requirements for earning legacy badges are included in the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting binder, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, but you can find more badge activities online in the volunteer toolkit. Badges include 1 or 2 of the 3 keys to leadership, whereas journeys, which we'll talk about next, will definitely include all 3 keys: discover, connect, and take action. Journeys focus on leadership development. Journeys guide girls through all 3 of the keys to leadership: discover, connect, and take action, by focusing on one broad global issue or theme. The girls discover the issue and problems, connect it to their lives, and take action to address the issue and make a difference. Different from how badges can be completed in 1 or 2 troop meetings, a journey will weave through multiple troop meetings, maybe even an entire year, as girls continue to learn about the broader subject. 3 of the journeys are available in hard copy book format with both an adult guide and a girl activity book. Additional journeys are available to choose from on the volunteer toolkit, available in digital meeting plan format. The Summit Award is presented to girls who complete at least 3 journeys during their time in each level. Each journey culminates in a take action project, in which girls use what they've learned throughout the journey to create positive change in their community in a way that addresses the root cause of an issue and educates others. Sustainability of the project and addressing a root cause are what makes the Take Action project different from a community service project, which girls also love. You'll find more information about the differences between community service and Take Action in your participant guide. At these levels, girls have numerous leadership awards that they can earn. First are the community service bars, which recognize girls' contributions to their community through hours of service. The red community service bar is for cadets, the orange for seniors, and the yellow for ambassadors. The program aide or PA status is awarded to girls who work directly with younger girls in a leadership capacity. This is earned by cadets. The counselor in training, both CIT-1 and CIT-2, are awarded to girls who take specific steps in growing their leadership by mentoring younger girls in camp. These are available for seniors and ambassadors. And then the volunteer in training, or VIT, is awarded to girls who mentor younger girls outside of the camp experience, usually in a troop or event setting. This is available for seniors and ambassadors. The Silver Award is the highest award that can be achieved by a cadet. The Gold Award is the highest award that can be achieved by a Girl Scout and is earned at the senior and ambassador level. Girl workshops are offered monthly to learn everything you need to know about the process, award requirements, and how to get started on the highest awards. Look for more information on the GSCV website. Other awards include My Promise, My Faith, the Safety Award, the Summit Award, the Cookie Entrepreneur Pin, Global Action Award, and World Thinking Day Award. Check out the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting and the Volunteer Toolkit for even more activities, awards, and options. Let's take a look at some of the resources available to you. We've already mentioned each of these earlier in the training, but now you can see the visual. Let's start with the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting. The binder is designed for girls to use. We recommend that each troop has at least one binder for the troop to share, but a binder for each girl is what's best. The front section is the handbook, which gives an overview and introduction to Girl Scouts for older girls. It also contains information to earn badges and awards. Activity details and completion requirements for badges, journeys, and awards are also available in your meeting plans in the Volunteer Toolkit. You've already covered information about the Volunteer Toolkit and how to access it during your Troop Basics training, so we won't go into a lot of detail in this training. There's also a more detailed video tutorial available that we highly recommend if you haven't checked it out already. A video tutorial is helpful because you can pause the video to explore in the Volunteer Toolkit and then continue when you're ready. All journeys are available on the Volunteer Toolkit, but 3 of them for each age level are also available in book form, with both a girl and adult guide. You can see the covers of the girl activity books pictured here. The top row is for cadets, the middle row for seniors, and the bottom row for ambassadors. Between journeys, badges, and other awards, you might be thinking, where do we start? Along with the girls in your troop, you have the freedom to choose what you pursue and when, and you certainly don't have to do it all. If you're looking for guidance, the Volunteer Toolkit has several year plans with popular award combinations that you can choose to outline your entire year with meeting content. These plans can then be edited to reflect the girls' choices. Here you'll see an overview of each of the pre-populated meeting plans available in the Volunteer Toolkit, along with which journey awards and badges the girls will earn within each. The cadets are showing on the screen now. Please note that new journeys, badges, and awards have been released within the last year, so there may be additional options available when you log into the Volunteer Toolkit. Here you'll see the senior year plans and ambassadors. You'll have access to these charts in your downloadable participant guide so you can review it closer when you and the girls are ready to make decisions about how you'd like to spend your time in the troop. Keep in mind that additional options will be available in the Volunteer Toolkit. As adults and parents, we are accustomed to being in control of every situation. But there are so many benefits to letting girls, yes, even middle schoolers, take the lead in a structured, safe environment. Let's review some concepts that will help you feel comfortable letting girls lead. If you remember from our first diagram today, the 3 processes are how we do things in Girl Scouts. Let's go over a quick review of each process. Girl-led means girls help make choices about what they will do in Girl Scouts. Your goal is for your troop to be 100% girl-led by the time girls are ambassadors, and you should be well on your way to that goal during the cadet years. Girls are capable of incredible creativity and responsibility when given the space and time to discuss, inquire, debate, and decide. Anytime girls are making individual or group decisions, it's girl-led. Learning by doing means that everything we do is hands-on. Girls will remember more of what they learned and have more fun if they're doing it themselves rather than watching a parent or a friend have all the fun. Girls do something in a hands-on way, and then they learn from it. The activity is only part of the process. Reflection, when girls think about and discuss their experience, is what helps them to learn from it. Cooperative learning means girls are learning together, in small groups, as an entire group, or just with a friend. No one wants to go it alone, and there's tons of fun to be had with friends. Plus, they'll be practicing teamwork, cooperation, and collaboration which are really important life skills. You'll find more examples of the three processes included in your guide. Take a look at the examples for the age level that you work with most. Throughout their time as cadets, girls should start to have significant influence over how they spend their time in Girl Scouts. You can employ a variety of discussion tactics and voting methods to ensure all girls' voices are heard in this process. One simple way is to start by hosting a girl planning meeting at the start of your troop year. Ask girls to review each of the journeys and determine which one they'd like to work on this year. Ask girls to review the badges and rank their top choices. Ask girls to think about what other field trips or adventures they'd like to try. Use their feedback to plot out your troop's calendar for the year. Girls should take on increased responsibility with each new year in Girl Scouts. By the time they're ambassadors, they should be running every aspect of troop gatherings. Middle school and high school are exciting times for girls, and times of great personal development and change. Getting to know common characteristics of girls this age will help you understand them and create a welcoming environment. In your participant guide, you'll find a list of additional tips and tricks to ensure your meeting time with older girls is successful and a fun, safe environment for everyone. You can view these charts in detail in your participant guide. As girls get older into middle school and high school, they tend to be busier and busier with schoolwork and projects, clubs and sports, after-school jobs, and more responsibility at home. If you notice it's becoming difficult to decide on a regular meeting date, consider meeting in person less often with virtual check-ins in between, while girls explore Girl Scout topics independently. You may decide to forego troop meetings altogether and only meet for special ceremonies, field trips, and events. A group email conversation, group text, group me through a phone app, Facebook group, or other app might be the best way to virtually keep in touch. You might also utilize a service such as Doodle to coordinate meeting times, or use Google Documents to plan group projects together virtually. Assuming that you do meet in person occasionally, the remainder of this segment will apply to your meetings, including ceremonies and traditions, troop government, and capers. We'll discuss simple ceremonies next. You might decide to include one or more of these in your upcoming troop meetings. An investiture welcomes new members, both girls and adults, into the Girl Scout family for the first time. Girls receive their pins at this ceremony. Rededication ceremonies are an opportunity for girls and adults to renew their commitment to the Girl Scout promise and law. Many troops will host a combination investiture and rededication ceremony where they include everyone from the troop. You also have details about Court of Awards, a simple flag ceremony, and a simple troop meeting closing ceremony. When girls end one level, they bridge to the next level with a special ceremony. This happens at the end of 8th grade for cadets bridging to seniors, the end of 10th grade for seniors bridging to ambassadors, and the end of 12th grade for ambassadors bridging to adult membership. Bridging is an important transition in a Girl Scout's life. It's a defining moment when a girl becomes aware of her achievements and is ready for new adventures and responsibilities. When the time comes, girls can plan their own bridging ceremony and complete the steps to earn the bridging award. You will have access to all of these ceremony details in your participant packet for future reference. Many troops employ a democratic system of governances so that all members have the opportunity to express their interests and feelings and share in the planning and coordination of activities. Girls partner with you and other volunteers, and you facilitate, act as a sounding board, and ask and answer questions. Girls from daisies through ambassadors will gain confidence and leadership skills when given the opportunity to lead their activities, learn cooperatively as a group, and learn by doing instead of observing. At the cadet, senior, and ambassador level, There are a few options for troop governance styles. First, the patrol or team system. In this system, large troops divide into smaller groups, with every member playing a role. Teams of 4 to 6 girls are recommended so that each girl gets a chance to participate and express her opinions. Patrols may be organized by interests or activities that feed into a take action project, with each team taking responsibility for some part of the total project. Girls may even enjoy coming up with names, symbols, cheers, or chants for their team. The executive board. In the executive board system, or sometimes called a steering committee, one leadership team makes decisions for the entire troop. The board's responsibility is to plan activities and assign jobs based on interest and needs. And the rest of the troop decides how to pass their ideas and suggestions to the executive board throughout the year. The executive board usually has a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and holds its own meetings to discuss troop matters. Limit the length of time each girl serves on the executive board so that all troop members can participate at some point throughout the year. And the town meeting. Under the town meeting system, business is discussed and decisions are made at meetings attended by all the girls in the troop. As in the patrol and executive board systems, everyone gets the chance to participate in decision-making and leadership. Your role is to act as a moderator who makes sure everyone gets a chance to talk and that all ideas are considered. In Daisy, Brownie, and Junior troops, the troop leaders typically make decisions about troop finances, while seeking the girls' input on their preferences and keeping families in the loop as to how funds are spent. When girls enter cadets, seniors, and ambassadors, they should become more involved in the troop finances. It is the troop's funding after all. With a little bit of coaching, girls can take on many of the tasks related to troop finances. If you're using the executive board system of governance, you'll likely have one girl or more than one serving as the troop treasurer. Her role will be to keep an accurate log of income and expenses and to report out the troop's financial health to the rest of the group. Of course, troop finance matters should always have adult oversight, in addition to being 100% girl-led. If you're not sure where to start, or your girls are brand new to budgeting, we recommend using the budgeting and comparison shopping cadet badges as guidelines to learning the basic skills. Once girls have some practice, they'll be able to budget for activities and outings, budget out their year, and set appropriate cookie program sales goals in order to fund all the activities they want to participate in throughout the coming year. Girls are likely to pursue more money-earning activities outside of the cookie and fall product programs to fund trips, take action projects, or other ambitions. Having a grasp of the troop budget and expected expenses will help them to be strategic in their plans. After the cookie program, or after spending for a trip, is a great time to sit down together to review income and expenses. The practical life skill of balancing a budget and reviewing expenses is a fantastic experience for girls to get an idea of how much things cost and how to be smart with their money. When you're ready to start planning your field trips, there are a few resources you'll want to reference in your planning process. Refer to Volunteer Essentials for transportation guidelines and travel progression. Refer to safety activity checkpoints prior to planning your trips, as some activities are allowed only with written council pre-approval. We'll talk more about safety activity checkpoints in just a moment. Refer to the Troop Trip Planning Guide for additional resources and guidelines. Forms you may need for field trips are health histories and permission slips. You can find all of these resources and forms on our website at commgirlscouts.org. When girls are cadets, seniors, and ambassadors, they should be very involved in the planning process. Taking trips is one of the many ways troops can discover, connect, and take action. Traveling with your troop is a progressive experience. Your experiences may begin with a hike outside your troop meeting place and then progress to overnight camping, a visit to a city in another state, and potentially a long-distance excursion to one of our 5 world centers of Girl Scouting in India, Africa, Mexico, England, or Switzerland. When planning trips, it's important to keep a few points in mind. The trip should meet the needs and interests of the girls and be appropriate for their age group. And the girls should plan the trip, including the location, activities, and some budgeting. Adults should be providing oversight and support. You can facilitate a brainstorming session with the girls. Let them discuss where should we go, when, why do we want to go, and what will we do and see when we get there? How will we get there? How much will it cost? What do we need to do to be ready? And what will we do along the way? Girls of all ages have ideas of places they want to go, and through the progression of experience and skills, they can research, plan, budget, earn money, and put together an itinerary for their trip. Let the girls take on the leadership roles in planning and carrying out their trip, and the sky's the limit. The safety and well-being of girl and adult members is our highest priority. As a volunteer, it is imperative to know and understand the safety policies and procedures in place, where to look, or who to ask for more information when necessary. Safety activity checkpoints are activity-specific safety guidelines for activities like camping, participating in a parade, and even the fall product and cookie programs. You can find safety activity checkpoints on our website under Forms or in the VTK in the Resources tab. Be sure to check minimum age and level guidelines carefully. There are some activities that can only be done by girls of a certain level. Especially for cadets, some activities are only available for girls ages 12 and up, so read carefully. In your participant guide, you'll find information about additional resources for troop leaders. Our help desk email is gshelper@commgirlscouts.org, and you can also see the phone number here. Please email or call with any Girl Scout questions you have. We're here to help. We're almost at the end of your Cadet, Senior, and Ambassador Program Basics training. Please remember to submit the training completion form after you've finished the training video. A link to the form can be found on the online training page near the video and resources. We're all finished with this training for today, but you are not finished learning about Girl Scouts. As an older girl troop leader, you'll be learning alongside your girls every step of the way. Plus, you have wonderful resources to support you: your troop support team, other leaders in your service unit, your community engagement manager, and the help desk at gshelper@commgirlscouts.org. Feel free to reach out with any questions you have. This concludes your Cadet, Senior, and Ambassador Program Basics training. Thank you for participating.